Wack 100, man, you must be incredible at playing poker. Watch this video and you guys will see an epic backtrack. You will see somebody retract. You will see somebody get called on their bluff. When we say keep that same energy, and when you see somebody go from night to day, peep along with this video. You're about to see it. I will say, as we also bring up the first video, before we walk through this little process as it relates to Wack 100 calling T Grizzly a rat, calling him a snitch, calling him out of his name. If you're going to take your career and you're going to go into, let's say, the 1090 Jake avenue, right? Which many of us enjoy. Great content, entertaining this shit. And hey, why not a little bit of controversy? Controversy sells that along with sex, right? Those two sell the most. Admit it or not, when 1090 Drake, when he drops, we are there. We want to see, oh, wait, our favorite rapper is a rat. Our favorite rappers in the interrogation box said what? His paperwork, he did this, he did that. It's fun. It's entertaining. It's newsworthy. But you really got to be sharp. You got to be on point. Like, even though that's content and it makes money, if that's your choice of career, due diligence becomes serious because it's a very dangerous arena to play in. Okay. When you play in that arena like Wack 100, and that becomes pretty much what you're most known for these days, right? And if you throw caution out the window, and if it's just like everything's just about content, it's not about my due diligence. It's not about me being correct with stuff that's supposed to be street. It's just about me feeding the bloggers. These are his words. It's just about me feeding content for a week. These are his words. It's just about, no man's above the content. And hey, they got me before, so now I'm going to get somebody else. Hey, they got me for laying on the bed naked, ass up in the air for 3 years, right? So now this is his words. Integrity just thrown out the window about something as critical for an alleged street nigga as snitching. Snitching. Now, I'm going to keep it 1,000. Caught my ear because I was just like, if that guy really was picked out of a lineup by T Grizzly, and if that guy was given evidence handed over to the authorities that actually comes from what T Grizzly recorded about, this is the guy that robbed me, or this is the guy that's giving up the names, and here's all the people you could track down as far as the people that ran up in my crib. Yeah, that's telling, right? T Grizzly's a street nigga. He's supposed to live by street codes. So if he finds out that somebody robbed him, he's supposed to keep it in the street as a street guy. So I paid attention. I wanted to hear it out. I see Wack went on Akademiks. That's this first piece we're going to play. And he went off. His energy was on 10. He was snapping. He wanted to place bets. He wanted to reveal the paperwork, right? Then we're going to get into T Grizzly after that. And then I'm going to even remind you guys of a conspiracy piece to all of this to bring this full circle. But let's step through it. This was Wack when he was calling in with Akademiks. Just listen to the tone of his voice and peep later on how much it changes.
Here goes the agreement. I'll send you these documents. Don't nobody got these documents but the attorney and the nigga that got the case. Now you know me. But it got to go up on the IG motherfucking Instagram.
Hold on. But all right. Before you do that, I gotta get T Grizzly. I gotta get his response before. I think you should hold it because
I'll tell you what. This is what I'm gonna do. Okay. I'm gonna send you page 1 because you my brother. Don't put it up. Just know the other 2 pages gives a full description of what a nigga did. And I'm gonna send you this because you my brother, and I need to keep your credibility right. Now, you ain't no damn fool. That's page 1.
Be clear. Right before this, him sending Akademiks page 1, he was telling Akademiks, if I send you this paperwork, will you put it up on the Akademiks Instagram? Like coaxing the spread of it. And Akademiks was kind of like standing like neutral because he fucks with T Grizzly and he already had conversation with T Grizzly about bringing him on and having a discussion about it. So Akademiks is reserved. He's like, well, hold on, I ain't gonna put it up on our gram yet. And this is what Wax was trying to, this was his goal. put it up on the Akademiks Instagram. Put it up. When Akademiks stayed neutral and said, "Hold on, let me get more details first," then Wack starts to concede, and Wack gets to the point where he says, "All right, you want to know what? I'll chop it down. I'll send you one page. Take a look at this." And then you want me to then believe what the next 2 pages are as your poker bluff. Let's continue.
Page 2 and 3 gives the whole the nigga telling, snitching, all that. I just sent you page 1.
Yo, Wack, where you get this shit from, bro?
Hold on, don't worry, nigga. We are the exposers. We are the exposers. No E. We started with the X, nigga. We crossed this shit out off the rip. Now, I sent you page 1, Act. Been looking at paperwork for a long time. My word to you as a brother, page 2 and 3 is a full description of a nigga telling, pointing niggas out, all that. It's a fact. Now,
are you sure the person doing that is T Grizzley?
Right.
Nigga, that's a fact.
Okay.
His name's Z. Now, that page 1 I'm giving you. Are you familiar with that type of? You familiar with this kind of shit, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I played with him with the last document. I just wanted him to start screaming what wasn't real. I got a lot of my comrades from Detroit. Boom, boom, bam, boom, boom, bam. But at the end of the day,
I'm gonna tell you why you fraud there. Because you're doing this whole game. Like now he's alleging like the only reason why I only do 1 page, or I've been sitting on this, or I've been chilling. In one breath, he'll say things like, "I'm cool with T Grizzley. I don't get no happiness or pleasure out of exposing this. You know, the work is the work. Hey, we just got to do what we got to do. We are the exposers, right?" That's what he was saying. That's what he's damn near presenting. And then he turned around and be like, "Oh, hold on. I really was just seeing if I could bait him." So that's totally different. I was really dangling the carrot out there to see if he gonna take the bait and jump out the window. Well, he jumped the fuck out the window. So which one is it? I'm chilling. I'm cool. I don't really got no horse in this race. I really don't want to do this to him. Oh, no, I did this earlier to play a game just to see if he was going to contest what I'm saying. It's a game to you. Like, I just don't know street niggas that play around on some content shit when it comes to ratting. Yeah, many of us turn it into content, but we ain't the fire starters. Many of us will come to the fire and see what's popping. All these different podcast, media outlets, and news platforms. We will come to the fire and be like, and then some of us will do our own due diligence. Some of us will do our own research. Some of us will just jump straight in, feet first, and say, "Fuck it, Wack said it." And some of us will say, "Hold the fuck on, let me watch a little bit more." This motherfucker just keeps playing games. You just did this shit to Zay Osama. You just did this shit. You just did. You know what? Let me not get too far ahead. I just want us to keep capturing how turnt he is right here with his poker game that he's playing.
It's like, my nigga, what it is what it is. We ain't tripping. It's content, nigga. Use a long tail, Nigga, that first day I saw you went to jail, nigga, for trying to do a robbery and got drew down on by a civilian, didn't even bust. So we ain't talking about nothing. You doing this gangster anyway. But tell your fucking chat.
See?
Tell your chat authentic what I sent you. Tell them.
You getting
at
him.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm seeing something here that look.
Listen to me. The next 2 pages give a full breakdown, full description, names, everything the nigga did, point the nigga out, all that.
Just keep the energy though when he takes the shots, calling him a long tail, talking about when you got out, a civilian drew down on you, you ain't do nothing, you did that song, blah 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 blah. Fully getting at him. That's personalizing it to me. You pulling out your own. You're not just coming out and talking about like, "Yo, man, damn. Sad to see, but I woke up this morning and my group, the Exposers, they done sent me something in my email, man. Look like I got some paperwork on T Grizzley." No, and we're gonna watch the trend of this, man. We're gonna watch it.
Jesus.
So niggas better go on over there and sit down somewhere and leave me the fuck alone. A nigga open their mouth up about me one more time, nigga, I'm launching the missile. I'm sending this shit to 600 and I'm gonna send this shit to the team, and it's going. I'll go over there and sit.
That's another thing that he does. So that right there is such a big bluff calling poker play type of move. And that's so fraud to me. You're on Akademiks Live right now talking about this shit. Arguably top 2, 3 biggest hip hop space media platforms. So I be looking at this shit like, when these poker players be bluffing like that, if you're already putting it out there on one of the biggest platforms and you're calling somebody a long tail and you're talking about the circumstances of where you supposedly got proof of that he's a rat, okay? Then why you keep all these threats of like, I'm gonna tell you right now, if you say anything, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna launch the missile. Well, everybody hold on, we're gonna get there, because T Grizzly does come to the plate and says, all right, throw your pitch, nigga. Throw your fucking pitch, nigga. And then we're gonna see the aftermath of that.
Get your ass down. I wasn't tripping, but if you get to insinuate niggas is lying and all that, nigga.
He will, and he does.
He called my phone, my nigga.
He called your phone?
He asked me for an apology. I told him you ain't got the right rank of respect to ask me for an apology, nigga. You just a rapper.
He called you asking for an apology.
Called him in private.
Yeah, I know the nigga. I've been knowing the nigga forever. I knew his auntie, rest in peace. I went to the funeral. Think about it. What was Sada Baby's first two?
There's a lot of morals on deck, huh? I knew him for a long time. We cool. He called me privately. I went to funerals that got us tied in together and all this, huh? But I'm playing these type of games. Okay.
Blueface. Think about it. I know a whole lot of shit I just don't talk about out of respect to the family, right? But dude better go over there and chill out. You know, the homies be covering for security. There's a few factors in there that I gave thought to. You know, the homie Rich Red be doing security. Rich Red, one thing he knows, if I'm talking like this, I got something. Hey, because you are who you are to me, I just sent you that. You know what you're looking at. The next 2 pages give full detail. My word to you as a man.
You know what you're looking at. Damn near try to Debo him into believing what I'm trying to sell you. You know what you're looking at. And the next 2 pages, lights out. All right. You know what I like to see? I like to see somebody take that strong of a position and then the other side come out and say, nigga, you eat a dick. He's like, you can't be fucking serious. As a matter of fact, anybody want to put up $250,000? Anybody want to argue this shit? Anybody want to bet this shit? Let's listen to T now.
Maybe he has another piece of paperwork. Maybe there's.
Hey, listen, I don't have a problem being on the phone with him. The whole thing is, he ain't finna turn me into no content. I wouldn't dare let no coward motherfucker who been flat, beat up, running from motherfuckers, laying on his stomach with his ass tooted up in the air. I wouldn't dare let no coward nigga like that talk to me any kind of way. He ain't got the pedigree. He ain't stamped to be doing no shit like that. He lying. And I ain't going for no lie. And this is the second Detroiter he done came from. So it seemed like he had a problem with Detroit motherfuckers. And those 2 Doug. He came for Doug.
Wait, what did he say about Doug?
When he told the story about what happened between Offset and Doug at QC Studios 3, 4, 5 years ago. And I asked him, I said, bro, if you stepped in and you squashed that shit, why would you come on social media and talk about that, knowing that all you're going to do is aggravate a situation between 2 young guys who are billionaires who got crews behind them? All you're doing by retelling this whole thing is fucking up shit. And he said he did it because Offset asked him to. I can send you the audio of the phone call when me, him, and Loose Cannon was on the phone call, and I was asking about what the fuck was going on with him. Big homie CC set the phone call up between me, him, and Loose Cannon.
So you've had like kind of like a run-in or like, you know, maybe conversations with Wack before. Why do you think Wack has a lot of times Wack comes across to me like he don't have a horse in the race. He's just his job is to just prove anybody and whoever who might be street is telling. So, you know, basically he's just keeping it fair.
Well, he could never do that. Because you know why he couldn't do that?
Why?
Ask me why. I dare you.
Why?
Because he's the same person who's trying to say that Pierre QC Thomas is a motherfucking civilian when he told on Stunner for shooting him and shooting his man down. QCP wasn't no motherfucking civilian, and he wasn't engaged in no civilian activity. I ain't gonna go into what he was engaged in, but the whole shooting of him and the shooting and the passing away of his friend, unfortunate set of circumstances. I don't want to see nobody lose their life, nobody black especially, right? So, but when that whole thing happened, it was in the middle of a situation, and it wasn't a lawful situation when that situation took place. But he's saying that QC, he's a picker and chooser. He practices what I call selective gangsterism. He calls who he want to call a snitch and a rat. And then he makes a case for a person being a snitch or a rat or not being a snitch or a rat based on whether he like him or not, or based on whether it's in his self-interest or not, or in the self-interest of his coward-ass leader, Birdman, a.k.a. Bird Bang.
Wait. Okay, so why would you think that if Wack is being selective, which by the way, usually Wack says he's against selective politics, but if you believe that he's being selective with how he's calling it and kind of like scoring whatever, why would he take aim at T Grizzley? Is it just because he's from Detroit? Like, what's wrong with Detroit?
No, it ain't because he's from Detroit. Wack is like, Wack is he's emotional like a woman. And so he responds and reacts. You can tell he ain't have no daddy. And if his daddy did have a daddy, his daddy was kind of like on the transmission side of things, right? Because you can look at his life and how his life is turning out. He don't have anything to grab hold to no more, bro.
Mind you, I mean, it could be a chance that T Grizzly did something that is against street code, him being a street nigga. I mean, that's possible. I ain't here to save no nigga. I don't know T Grizzly or Wack. You know what I'm saying? But when I see Wack be that adamant, here's page 1, page 2, I'm about to launch the missile. Everybody better leave me. Don't say nothing. Sit there with your hands under your ass and just shut the okay. And for him to come up, dish you, step up to the plate, talk like this in your direction, I would expect nothing less of Wack to say, I warned you, nigga. Okay, now it's all the way up. I tried to spare you. That's the only way it can go. Or we playing poker. Which one is it? But let the man keep talking, though.
He don't have Blueface. He don't have the game. He don't have nothing. All he has is...
The game is still out. The game is still free.
He don't have him under his watchful eye anymore. The game don't need that clown ass nigga no more. But my overall...
And come on, Ack. Like I say this all the time. Sometimes I'll be calling out Ack, and it's not because he's saying stuff or asking stupid questions or he's revealing stupid statements. When he interviews people, half his intelligence goes out the window, but it's on purpose. I peep it. He's just smart, and he knows how to fucking instigate content with stupid questions, and he's way more logical and way smarter than the way he treats these people when he's just interviewing them for shit that he don't really care about. It's money in his fucking pocket. So kudos to him. I peep what he's fucking doing. But this fucking guy, you can't make me fucking believe for one fucking second that T Grizzly is scared of what this motherfucker Wack 100 can or would do to him at this point. You just don't flame it like that if you's a rat, if you got that type of shit on you. Now I didn't see people go through crazy lengths to try to hide something. True. I didn't see people call liars and just put it all the way down the train and say, nah, it's not me, it's them all the way down there. You got 5 rows of fucking blame. I get it. But this motherfucker is going at Wack. And even to call him out for what he got going on, I'm not here to count Wack 100's pockets. I really don't give a fuck why he does what he does when it comes to his career. He talks about the diaper business. Good for you. He talks about, wait a minute, I'm going blank. This is pretty much the only thing I see, right? It's the only thing I see. Because the Blueface thing that T Grizzly's bringing up, okay, I mean, Blue's in jail. Game, I can't say the last time I seen Game and Wack 100 together. If you ask me, I don't know. Some of my spider sense tells me that Game don't really fuck with Wack. Like, as if he, like, distances himself from him. You want to know why? Because that's always been in Game's history to do shit like that. I feel like that's one of the reasons why Game ended up having, like, original beef with G-Unit. Why? Because he wasn't fully ready to take on all the beefs of 50 Cent the way like Tony Yayo was. Tony Yayo is looked at as a yes man, you know, once upon a time. You look at him today, you say he's the most loyal person, you know what I'm saying, ever. And fast forward 20 plus years later, that's why he's still right there on the private jet, standing right next to 50, getting taken care of, getting put on all the shows, getting broke off, getting a paycheck, getting salaries and all this shit from 50 Cent because you stayed down the way that you did and you played your position. Game was more like he always name dropped. He always shouted people out. He always had people in his lyrics. He wanted to be cool with East Coast and this borough and that city and that region. And when he didn't take on the beefs of like the Jada Kisses and whatnot for 50 Cent, that's what 50 called out, no? And I look at it kind of similar today. Game he never really was all the way like that. You know, he was kind of more mixy as a person. And I don't blame him for that. You want to get along with everybody or try to rub shoulders with everybody, then do so. I'm not saying he ain't put on for the West. He absolutely fucking did. But when you see the way that Wack moves, Game just comes off like a guy to me historically that is just like, yo, you're too disruptive. You're going to have me not able to go into this city or this state. And I feel like he distanced himself from Wack. And the point that we're making with all this type of shit is, for real, when it comes to, at least in the public perception, when it comes to the world of entertainment, the only thing I know Wack for ever since Game and Blueface really is Clubhouse and going 1090 Jake, just doing content. And that point's about to be proven before the stream is over too. Before I promise you we're going to prove that point. As a matter of fact, I'm not going to prove it. Wack is going to prove it.
Point to answer your question is, he's doing Birdman's wishes. He's following Birdman's game plan. You don't believe me? Wack 100 is the person who initially started saying BG was a rat. And he sent the so-called paperwork against BG to 1090 Jake. And he sent it, just like he said, he sent the shit to 15 people, Bucky Grizzly. He did the same thing with paperwork with BG. He sent that paperwork out to everybody, including 1090 Jake. 1090 Jake didn't just look at that piece of paperwork. He went and got the documents himself. He FOIA'd them. He got the documents himself. And then he went through it, and he sifted through it, and then he came down with his opinion. When his opinion wasn't the opinion that Wack 100 wanted him to have, he then came out himself, because he said, okay, if I can't get 1090 Jake to close him out as a rat, I'm going to come out and use the Clubhouse. And then I'm going to use my Instagram. I'm going to use all my Instagram lackeys and flunkies. And then I'm going to escalate that shit to the Exposure podcast. And then after Exposure podcast, I should have garnered enough attention for this shit that Adam 22 will pick up on the story and interview me about it. That the Akademiks will pick up on the story and hear me about it. I can get Trap Lord Ross. I can get Shetty Nash. I can get Christopher Lovejoy, Mr. Fight Throwing, Glass Jaw himself. I can get them all to say it. And then that just is what it is. It's a natural progression. Clubhouse, Instagram, Exposure podcast, Adam 22 gonna pick up because Adam loves content. Adam is a modern day Jerry fucking Springer. He don't give a fuck if niggas going at each other. It's for content.
So wait. You know, well, I think Wack has a good relationship with most platforms. You really think he's using our platforms to put out lies?
Yeah.
I absolutely do. But see, the whole thing is, it's more convoluted than that. It's not just simple. See, because most of these guys who
This is what I mean about Akademiks playing coy for content. We're gonna come back to. We're not done with that piece using T Grizzly. Akademiks, his memory is just as good as the next man, right? This was not too long ago, was it? It's not just me. Like, I'm not the only person that could put a puzzle or two together. Am I? T Grizzly got his card here. T Grizzly got his card. What video? What's the name of this video? What's the name of this shit? This is the 1090 Jake video about Young Thug. The title is Young Thug, the snitching conspiracy and the YouTuber behind it all. Now, they were saying that was Shetty Nash, right? But Wack 100 pretty much broke it all down out of his own words.
As Wack 100 would stop firing at Thug and would later admit it was only because of his relationship with QCP.
Is Young Thug still a blood, or is he just a rat now from your perspective?
I mean, he's a rat. I don't know.
So that's official. There's no way around it.
No way around that. When he sent Roscoe out there to attack people, attack P, at that point, it was all bets off. I told him on Akademiks Live that night. I said, it's on now. I said, since you speaking for Thug, I said, start tomorrow. Now you going to get the Wack shit. Act, me, you, we going live. I'm going to bring my team on. I brought Flacco on. Shetty Nash just came in as an exposure just right now for us doing this play we running. And Shetty released them clips. Yo, I need 6ix9ine to go IG live. After this live, we running up here. Let that hit the internet. You go on 6ix9ine. Your job is to show people that you and Thug are the same.
Keep in mind, Wack didn't have this energy a year ago. He's solely going at Young Thug on QCP's behalf. But that's to be expected, knowing that QCP is worth hundreds of millions, and not too many people are willing to cut you off, especially when you make them money. But for these so-called street rappers, if everyone in the culture gets held to the same standard, then QCP definitely snitched. But if QCP was a white record label CEO, nobody...
Saying about QCP, I don't want to make it about him, but did they not also in that same video, for anybody that remembers, showed where Wack 100 almost a year prior, what his sentiment was towards Thug? He was pro Thug when that internet or that interrogation audio first came out. He was pro Thug. But when Roscoe and whatever they started dissing QCP, that's when he switched. And it's like, oh, you was an all-out rat and all this type of shit. You didn't even keep the same opinion or statements on the public internet when it came to Thug. Whether you believe that he's a rat or he's not, you switch based on who you wanted to protect. QCP, the person that's worth $100 million plus allegedly, right? You switch based on that. So integrity is not even a word that we should be discussing right now, but I just wanted to bring that piece in, not even to talk about integrity, but just to show not too long ago, Akademiks, you're asking him, like, do you think Wack would use all these platforms to run a play? Wack admit that himself on No Jumper. Yeah. And we're still not even done with Wack exposing himself here as T Grizzly breaks him down. We're not.
He's claiming to be bold, right? Most of these guys do have skeletons in their closet. But if you notice, watch this. I want you to go back and do a fact check on this. When the paperwork started to get challenged about whether this Hamilton person was a real person and the frame and the structure of the document not looking right, the first thing he did was he started attacking T. Grizzly's criminal history. Oh, man, he's a thief. He's a snatcher grabber. He's somebody put blah, blah, blah. Hey, listen, T. Grizzly was a kid from the ghetto streets of Detroit, bro. He's a kid from the ghetto streets of Detroit. I grew up robbing. Robbing wasn't no bad profession. Jesse James, really the kid. Bonnie and Clyde. They were all, the American government is the first robbers. They robbed everything over here. Donald Trump is a fucking robber. So to try to shame T. Grizzly because as an adolescent or as a teen, as a young adult, he went to prison because he smashed grabs some Rolexes, because he robbed some dorms, and that's what young kids in the ghetto do. That's not something to be ashamed of, but look how he turned his life around. He's focusing on the most negative aspects of a human being instead of saying he came home and turned himself into a bona fide fucking star. He ain't talking about that because he wants to. When the document got challenged, okay, we're gonna switch plans. Hey, guys, we're gonna switch to his crime.
So do you believe this is part of a concerted campaign?
It is a part of a concerted campaign because as it starts to unfold to you, and as you have done, bro, you're not just no regular motherfucker. You are DJ motherfucking Akademiks. You got a mighty, mighty hand.
That Wack was just on the same platform as talking about T. Grizzly's a rat, and here's page 1.
For somebody to get the official court document with that. You know how to get court documents. Why is it so hard for Wack to produce paperwork? Why we go through all this convoluted monkey show for him to produce some shit with a court seal on it? Fair. And he said to you during your interview, go back and review it. Oh, the only person that got these documents is shooter Tattletale Johnson and his lawyer. Under what circumstances does a detective hand over a police report to the defendant, alerting the defendant that somebody told me, bro, what are we even having this ridiculous conversation?
So let me ask you this question. Let's say, and I'm not saying that Wack made a mistake because he's standing on and say he did make a mistake. But if he did make a mistake, is it possible that shooter gave him bad info?
Hey, listen,
there you go.
You put out some documentation on motherfucker, bro.
That's the question.
Before you put out some documentation on motherfucker, man, you're supposed to check it. You're supposed to do due diligence. You don't listen. Ben's history rule. You don't call no nigga no rat, or you don't call him gay, unless you can substantiate that. To do anything other than that, bro, you supposed to get DP'd, bro. You're supposed to get DP'd. When you in the penitentiary, bro, and Wack been in prison, if you call a nigga a rat, and you can't produce that documentation from the Fed or the state, it don't matter. You call a motherfucker yet or a rat, you gotta stand on that. You gotta produce that documentation. If you don't produce it, you gotta get your bitch ass off the yard. You gonna get.
Stop right there. Okay. Now, if anybody that's been following this the way I have this week, we know for sure Wack got back on this phone and he said, okay, missile launch time. Here's the nuclear codes. Here's page 2 and 3. And right? And screaming and turn right. We expect it. We just know that's what's going to happen, right? Well, I'll let y'all hear it if you haven't.
You will come out and say, this guy tried to mislead the public with some fake shit if you cannot get the verification.
That's a fact, because at the end of the day, it boils down to one thing. It's just content. This ain't nothing that's personal to me.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. Listen, if it clear T. Grizzly, great. If it don't, great. If it clear Shooter, great. If Shooter look like he did some fake ass shit, I don't care. It's content. That's it. The content didn't originate from me. Now, if the content originated from me, that's one thing. When I tell you, Act, this is my shit, my.
We're going to keep playing. Y'all heard him? I ain't rewinding it neither. Did you hear him? It boils down to one thing. When somebody slows it down like that and says, yo, Akademiks, at the end of the day, this shit all boils down to one thing. What's some of the things I would expect to hear? Success? Family? Morals? Principle? Health? What's some other things for it to all boil down to? That man said it all boils down to what? To content. Then he goes on to say, if it's not good, I'm not the source of it. Maybe it should. You're already putting it off on the person that's on these jail calls for you, that you keep organizing these calls with, putting him on the phone with Akademiks, the guy that's in jail right now, the guy shooter, just so you can continue this campaign against T Grizzley. Right? He gets a name, he gets a voice because of you. He gets on Akademiks because of you. He got us all talking about it and listening and hearing it out. Is T Grizzley really a rat? Because of you. But the moment T Grizzley challenges and says, yo, let's put $250,000 up, I bet you can't prove it. I'm telling you right now, I don't, and then he goes off the way that he went off in the last video. You come back and you pretty much pass it off. You handed the football off and said, maybe I'm not the source, maybe it's Shooter. Did he just do that? You know what kind of tendencies that is, right? I ain't gonna go there though, because I don't want to violate the own point that I'm making. Right? You gotta be kidding me. Listen to this man's voice. Listen to how much his volume is turned down now.
Pool, this exposes pool. Boom, that's what that is.
Yeah. No,
that's it. But end of the day, it's content. And I'm hoping, well, they'll never understand it, but you understand it. It's great content because we've been rolling over a week on it. So whether it ain't nobody bigger than the content, listen, I just settled a judgment. Really? Now watch this I want to listen to me. I didn't even tell you this because I was just going to send it to you next week when it went public record. I didn't have niggas run content on me for 3 years straight. 3 years straight.
Yeah.
Nobody cared, right? They CS2 backed me for 3 years straight. Am I right?
I thought them guys said they had the proof on it. They still ain't get the proof?
I just settled in favor of me.
Oh, shit.
I'm already paid.
Is it the World Star thingy?
This is a fact. Now listen to me.
Oh, they done fucked up now.
3 years straight, niggas ran the content on me. Niggas that made a lot of money or put my name with this narrative, right?
Yeah.
I didn't say nothing. I simply called my law firm, Sing, put them on it. They put them in court. We were in court about 6 months because they gave them time to research and hire the investigators and everybody they knew to come in front of the judge. The slap order got put on the table. It went in my favor because nothing there from the detectives or nobody else says I have anything to do with this case. Never had none of this shit, and it got ruled in my favor. Right? It will be public record probably next week.
Damn, niggas just lied like that, huh?
So, but what I'm saying is, it was content for 3 years. It fed a lot of people, entertained a lot of motherfuckers. So, I'm gonna say it like this: if nobody gave a fuck about what it was with me, what makes you think I'm going to give a fuck about what it is to them? This is how Wack works. If you ain't
There's so much there. You mean to tell me this is now your third justification for why you just did what you did in the direction of T Grizzley? Because something that he has nothing to do with, some world star shit or whatever, allegedly, of course, somebody said you had something to do with something that you didn't. You took him to court and it got ruled in your favor. You got a settlement for it. And because whatever that was, the internet, ran content on you for what you say is 3 years, whatever situation that is. I don't know what situation he's talking about. Allegedly, the one where he got knocked out and he's scrambling around out there. Allegedly, I don't know if it's the one where pictures were released by some girl while he's laying naked on the bed or some other situation. All alleged, right? But is he explaining that he sued somebody and won, and because he had to go through it, nobody should complain when he run content? We're talking about ratting. We're talking about somebody being labeled a snitch. Is there no remorse, no code, no principles, no morals, no ethics, no nothing, no man shit, no integrity, anything of saying, why do that to somebody if the biggest purpose I have from my own words is content? To run content, and also because it happened to me before. So here I am just passing a buck to somebody that was minding their own business. I ain't have nothing to do with homie. Somebody that I'm claiming to be a friend of mine. We done have been in mutual funerals and all this. These are all his words. These are all his words. I'm not making up a damn thing here. I'm not making up shit. Yo. What? This is insane. Insane. That's insane to be that type of man. That shit is crazy to me. We're not even supposed to be here 45 minutes later when you call back into Akademiks platform. It's supposed to be missiles launched. Now it's all this fumbling niggas and rant. Now I'm going to run content on people too. Oh, I got one more. If you're in tune with this podcast, what do we normally say about a person that involves themselves in things or circumstances, but then when things don't go to their likeness or likeliness, they go to authorities? For example, 1090 Jake does videos as a career exposing people for allegedly breaking codes, snitching and all that type of stuff, right? If somebody did a video putting together maybe some paperwork or some allegations on 1090 Jake saying while he was in prison, I heard this story, because we heard the story. I didn't go crazy with it, but we all heard it. I'm just saying it's like a half hypothetical, like only half. 1090 Jake, while he was in jail, he said something about the people that he got into or an assault that happened in there or something. And if I do that video and 1090 Jake then calls a lawyer that files a civil suit in a court to say that I am breaking a law that he should be compensated for, what do you call 1090 Jake at that point? Chat, I'll wait for real. I'm really not going to move on. Chat, I'll wait. We see what 1090 Jake does for a living. If I do a video on 1090 Jake and he goes to court to civilly sue me and has me in front of a judge or possibly a jury, what would you call 1090 Jake? Whatever words you want, I'm going to pull them up on the screen. What would you call 1090 Jake? I see a hypocrite here. I see he's a rat too. I'm not even skipping anything. I'm going in order. I think we call him a verb or a rat. You really want us to say it, ARP? Damn. It's just a hypothetical. It's okay. We're not, Capo, we're not disrespecting nobody. It's just a hypothetical. You a motherfucking rat. Tay says a rat. Shay says a law-abiding citizen. So 1090 would be a law-abiding citizen if he did that. Okay, Jay. She's trolling. She might be trolling me here. Hypocrite, we got this one. We got the hypocrite one. Yeah, Jay's trolling. But you see what everybody's saying so far in the chat. Okay, let me grab this from Sassy. I appreciate y'all on the pod call. Help more than y'all know for an introvert. Oh, now we got you, love. Glad to be here on the afternoon rocking out together. He's a Pyru gang member. Yeah, I got the red on by accident. I just felt like wearing this hat. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't trying to do no fucking Kendrick hidden message, no shit like that. But yeah, he is, right? He's Pyru, right? All right, we're done. Before we move on, I was just curious what y'all think that is. So Wack just explained pretty much him doing that, no? So bare minimum, we're gonna at least call him a hypocrite. That's like the nicest we can be is say hypocrite. That's the nicest. You know where we could go with that, right?
Close friend of mine, a business partner, right?
Yeah.
I'm not going the extra mile for you. Fuck you. Straight up. Because guess what? They all said fuck me, right?
Yeah, they turned
3 years.
Content, right? Yeah, I mean,
3 years. Act, hear me. You understand the law.
What that got to do with T Grizzley?
It will be public record next week. You know what that means.
What this got to do with T Grizzley?
You know that everything has been done A to Z and sent out and depoted. Ching ching already.
So if T Grizzly's looking at this and say, well, Wack, I never ran no campaign.
Right.
I never use you as content. Why are you using me as content?
I'm not using you as content. The content at the table just happened to be you. They just tried to get Kodak Black, didn't they?
Yeah.
They just tried to get Kodak Black. We were able to pull Kodak Black's.
I swear to God, Wack be sounding smart in a room full of idiots. I didn't say it was content. I just said the content just happened to be you. Hey, they just got Kodak Black, did he? Oh my God. In his world, 2 wrongs definitely make a right, B. We ain't going for that shit over here, though, right? Like, we way above average thinkers over here, right? Yo! And this is going to entertain me for today, but I swear to God, I'm still being honest, though. This is our news and our entertainment for the day, people. We'll be back tomorrow. We're here 7 days a week. For us, yeah, content. It's really content for us. You know, we're reactors. We're reacting right now. But for you, young man, Wack 100, young man, sarcasm on that. I can't you can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up, B. Because I'll listen to Wack on a serious note, man. I'll listen to him and he'll say shit like, I'm exposing this type of shit. This might be the 4th reason why he's saying he's doing this, by the way, if you keep up. But anyway, I'm exposing this type of shit because I need the youth to know that when T Grizzley or these gangster rappers rap this shit, don't follow that shit. They lying. It's just entertainment. You got fictional and non-fictional rappers. It's a very, very positive position to take. But what are you teaching? And when I put the sarcasm on you, calling you a young man, calling him a young man, it's like, that's an OG thing to say. I just want you young kids not to follow this gangsterism shit thinking that it's all real. And a lot of this shit be studio gangster shit or be entertainment. That's a beautiful message to give as somebody of his age. I'm way younger than fucking Wack. And I know my responsibility is to talk like that as much as I can. as much as I can. But then it's a total fucking night and day flip. If I turned around and I'm like, hey, man, I'm just running this for content. Out here putting people's careers and lives in jeopardy. Because he's going the extra mile behind it. He's not just, you see how we have the checks and balances chat, right? Nothing's stopping me from grabbing the title out of that checks and balances chat, bringing it to a stream and saying, it's just content. It's just content. Nothing's stopping me from doing that, right? So let's say he gets the exposers to drop something in his email. Hey, T Grizzley might be a snitch. He takes it and then he runs it. But he goes the extra mile. And that's why T Grizzley is, he's justified for saying, I peeped the campaign. I peeped the play. Because what do you end up doing? You end up getting on jail calls with the guy shooter, allegedly through his people and his family members, organizing calls. You're talking about follow-ups behind the scenes with lawyers, right? You arguing with this other guy. You get on DJ Akademiks. Hey, I just sent you 1 page. Go ahead and post it to your Instagram to prove my point. I got 2 more pages I'm going to missile launch if somebody plays with me. You go the extra mile. It does look personal. It does look like somebody done diss QPC again or QCP. It does. It does. That's not just covering news to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I was really that invested in some of the topics that we cover, by now, if I was personalized at that level where I wanted to take it outside of the podcast and I was doing disruptive stuff like that, maybe I would try to reach out to somebody that knows Kanye. Let me bring up Oskino up here, or one of the young guns, or somebody that's successful. Let me go grab Petey Cracker. You know, let me throw somebody a bag to come interview and talk about Kanye and give me some behind the scenes shit that nobody knows about Kanye. Why can't I do that? Maybe I should. No, but all jokes aside, like the point that I'm making is he's going above and beyond. And some of it could be ego as well. I want to be labeled as like this 1090 Jake shit. I want to be labeled the exposers. You see the way he promotes them? The exposers. We are the exposers. He says it like it's a Marvel movie. You know what I'm saying? So maybe you just got so much ego and so much promotion and just so much of your career pushed towards the exposers that you won't even retract from some of this shit. Where it's just like, oh no, well, if that's the case, then I'm only hitting green light if the lawyer then tells me no. Like, remember, let me also offer you somebody who served time and who has been in them streets. Wack, you know, lawyers lie too, especially for their fucking clients. Yo, why are we still going? Why not? We're gonna wrap this up for completion. I really just wanted to cut it right there. I'm frustrated.
Paperwork. And we cleared Kodak. You get what I'm saying? And this is a day before this nigga's album coming out. Bro, ain't nobody bigger than the content. If you want to be an individual that this never happens to, then don't enter the world of entertainment. That's it.
No. I mean, yes and no. Yes, you are in front of the whole world of the internet for their scrutiny and criticism and all that type of stuff. But the faceless people of the world that do whatever they do on the internet, jump up in your comments, say "fuck you," "you this," "you that," or whatever, or even the little squeals of the world that have these little miniature ass platforms that say nothing or make shit up. ARP is Illuminati because he's got an all-seeing eye microphone in the crack of his bricks, right? The type of shit that we hear even about us, and we're small time, right? But there should be certain people that uphold certain standards, especially if you get to a certain level of notoriety. Wack, I'm talking about you right now. Everybody's talking about you right now, right? With that should come at your age and your experience and the things that you've been through, a form of responsibility. Not just saying because you might be wrong here and saying, hey, they ran me for content for 3 years. Who says that at this age that has been through shit? Who says that? Who? You know what I expect to hear that from? A child. Why'd you steal that little boy's basketball? Because when the last time I was at the court, somebody stole mine. That kid better be 13 years and under. That's when I expect to hear that shit. Not a OG that have been to prison, lawsuits, marriages, got kids, ups, downs. Who are our leaders? Who are our sources of real integrity news reporting? Who? You want to be one of those guys, right? That's why you created the exposers. But you can't have like the batting average that he has. You can't every 3 weeks look like you just, through your own words, ran content. Like what he did to Zay Osama. And I'm not a big fan of Zay Osama, you know what I'm saying? But real is real. Like the man said, yeah, well, when I saw the paperwork, you heard the way he danced around and tried to retract from that? Because I didn't understand it. He literally says, so then why did you run it so vehemently that he was a snitch? Only for you to turn around later on and say, well, there was something about it that I didn't really understand. Huh? You're doing it again here. Can somebody at this motherfucker and send, because I don't be atting these niggas. Can somebody send this live to him? Can he watch this live? Is he real enough to interpret this live? This is crazy. This is insane.
You have been content.
Yeah. Hey,
he's justifying it.
Shit. Just like
he's justifying it because people were accused of things before. What grown man and grown woman or OG says I stole the ball because somebody stole mine? That's exactly what he's doing right now, kid. This is insane.
Will you give an apology? Like again, they brought up the apology thing again. They said after this is proven to be incorrect.
This is how this works. Right? And I'm gonna keep it entertainment wise, right? We ain't gonna even talk about my partners, my business partners, because they'll never be in this type of situation. Akademiks, what's the guys I learned to like down here? The Dancer Project,
Joe Budden.
Yeah.
Right. NBA YoungBoy.
I was just laughing with Jim's behind the scenes about this one the other day. These type of people do that. They do that. Averb did it. He didn't really get anywhere with it. But what did Averb try? Averb was in a space with Big T. Anybody that doesn't know battle rap, I'm gonna try to add a little bit of context so that you can follow. The battle rapper Averb was in a spaces with another battle rapper named Big T. And while he was in the spaces with Big T, he was going off on this tangent trying to convince Big T ARP might be gay because the culture never seen him with women before. Right? That's a lie. But regardless of, like, let's say like a Calico who will throw his shot and politic with me about, like, rest in peace, my homegirl Flo, or I clown Jims for lusting over my ex when I brought her around, girl by the name of Janelle V from Staten Island, when we were shooting RBE Visions. She's on the channel in some of those videos. The nice figured Spanish girl, Hispanic, half black, half Hispanic girl, whatever. Jims was fucking lusting over her. You know what I'm saying? There's another one where I'm in a fucking interview in 15 Minutes of Fame, and I'm with something thicker than a Snicker. And I'm like, yo, stand up for the camera. And I'm really just playing around, like me and Goods was taking shots at each other and all this type of shit. But that particular video, Big T's in the room. Averb's sitting there trying to convince Big T that ARP ain't never been around, and Big T done seen it himself. And y'all don't, and not just like, yo, AR, I done seen AR with around some women. They be bad. Like, they be bad as shit. Then you got certain battle rappers that people rap about to me or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And I'm private, so I'm not saying true, false, none of that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? But you didn't hurt. So I did a live responding to Aver. I'm like, yo, there's like 6 girls right here that's on camera with me and all type of shit. So because he lost that stupid shit, you know what he did on his next fucking spaces? He comes back and says, rumor has it ARP forces battle rap women to be with him. And I said, yo, like, what does that even mean? What does that even mean? Like, you would never, nobody would ever go as far as to, like, say that other side of shit, like the deep end of that fucking pool, right? Nobody would ever say that about me. Yeah, ever. And if you did, the lives would be done. I'm trying to find you. Well, then again, no, I'm not trying to find you over words. Let me take that back. I'm getting revved up. I'm getting pissed. We can't cross paths, though. I'll tell you that. But anyway, like, but what does that mean? Like, I heard ARP forces how? Like, expound on it. Explain. Go tell me the rumor. Like, I could go T Grizzley on that. Call the person out. Call the person out. Call any female battle rapper out by name. Call them the fuck out right now with me. I'll do a live with them. Call them out. Let's see what they would say about me. That I'll force some shit? Never. If any, you know what? Shut up. Shut up, ARP. But these type people do that shit. You know what I'm saying? They'll do that shit. You really, I really wouldn't be surprised if somebody runs some paperwork on me. ARP snitched on Big K. Nah, hold on. Who's somebody known for some shit that got in trouble for some shit? Sue Surf. I'm the reason why Surf is in jail, as a matter of fact. Let's get ready for it. Sooner or later, somebody's going to run some paperwork on me. I'm the reason why Surf got locked up. Who else got locked up? Right in front of us. Jones got locked up. I'm the reason why Jones got locked up, too. There's paperwork on me for that one. Who else? Who else I got locked up? I got a few people locked up. I'm trying to think. I got Geechee locked up. Remember when Geechee had to go sit down for a quick second? I'm the reason behind that. Who else? Who else got in trouble? Who else got in trouble? Bill Collector got locked up. What was it this year? That's me. I'm behind all of that, y'all. Bill Collector. Who else got locked up in battle rap? Point being, the paperwork is going to prove to y'all at some point that I'm behind that shit. Okay. Twerk. There you go. Thank you. Twerk got locked up, right? Guess who did that shit? Me, nigga. Yo, what is I don't want to change off the topic. I don't want to go into battle rap. Speaking of Serve, does he have a release date or not? I don't know. I'm not following his docket or anything like that. But free him and shout out to him. I said you gave Bill Collector a burner. What cases on all you mother. Yo, all right, nah, Wack. You thought we was done? Nah, we got a little bit more. Hold, we got like another three minutes. Why not?
Lil Durk, I'll throw him in there. Somebody like Lil Baby, Ice Cube. These are the type of people that I would give an apology. Right? You have to have the right, the rank, or the respect for me to do that.
You gotta have the right pedigree. That's what you're saying.
If your content, you just
No, to give somebody an apology, you just need to be admittedly in the wrong. You don't need to be a superstar of the likes of a Drake or a Little Dirk or Kendrick Lamar or the people that you named. You know what that means? I'm not going to call Wack 100 out of his name because I don't want to be disrespectful. I'm not saying Wack here. I'm saying anybody. That means I'm a dick sucker. That's what that would mean. You have to have a certain level of superstar or celebrity or rank or pull for me to apologize to you. I should be able to apologize to a homeless man on the street if I'm 1000% in the wrong. That's what you call man shit. You take these moments where you want to teach the kids, but you can't walk these walks though. Because when it's time for you to walk them, you got a million reasons why you can't be in the wrong. Be careful who y'all prophets are. The Charleston Whites and the Wack 100s, or even some of the battle rappers that we've named, right? For me, when I can see into who you are, you become to a point where you are my entertainment and nothing else. And with my entertainment, I understand that sometimes you will be right and sometimes you will be wrong. And there may even be elements to you where I know you knowingly are purposefully being wrong because you expose yourself of what you're willing to do based on the circumstances that you're in.
content. Because guess what? I can say this. Hey, T Grizzly, I never see you step up for me and speak up for me when some bullshit was going on. So why should I do that for you? So if you establish that our relationship is just on a high buy thing, that's cool. Don't never expect nothing else from me than that. Now, you've had situations without you talking to me, without you telling me anything. By the time you went to look what's going on the internet, what was Wack already doing?
Hey, you already was putting out a fire.
So you see what I'm saying? So if I got that with you, then you got that with me. He ain't got that with me. Now, if this was Sada Baby, I would definitely issue Sada Baby an apology.
But all right. So no apology. But if it does come back that this is fake, you won't keep saying it's real to make him look bad. You'll say, hey, this shit's
no. I don't give a fuck. Listen, I don't give a fuck if T Grizzly looks good, looks bad. If Shooter looks good, looks bad. I already told you, I'm gonna call a nigga a rat based upon them niggas putting up that goddamn fucking that FaceTime. I don't give a fuck, right? That's where I'm gonna stand with that. Now, if he don't put me on the line with that attorney, me, not his woman, not me, that attorney don't forward it to me, then I'm going to take what I have and send to my legal, right? And I'm going to be real. I've already sent it to my legal just to expedite it.
Oh, shit.
You get what I'm saying?
If he don't wait. He said, yo, if he don't come back, then I'm going to take that paperwork and send it to my legal. You know what? Let me one up that. Hold on. Let me reverse that. I already sent it to my legal to expedite it. Are you not entertained, man? You gotta just be entertained. You got to. That's what content for real. You just got T Grizzly. I'm pretty sure it sucks to be you because there's people that play with your name behind shit like this. But T Grizzly, I have a message for you as well, man. Many people understand who Wack is, man. Don't crash out over this shit. Don't even waste your time putting up $250,000. This is content. This is news. That's it. That's it.
I can show you on my phone. Watch this. Watch this, Zach. I'm gonna show you on my phone so you can tell the people Wack ain't fucking around.
Yeah, I don't know why they think you be capping.
No, look, listen, look back.
Ack is such a fucking instigator.
Now, I don't want you to say the name because you're gonna see who one of my paralegals are, but because you're gonna know that person. Did I not send it out already?
Yeah. I see. I sent
it out already, right?
Yep.
You see what the instructions I gave, right?
You said.
No, when the niggas on some bullshit.
This report number. Can we pull this report number and see if it's real? So it seems like you're admitting that you don't know if it's real right now.
Well,
yeah, you just exposed yourself again. Because you should have already been at that point, right? As per the first video where you was about to launch the missiles, right?
Coming like again, if you supposed to send me something, right? And you give it to, I forget your guy's name, the guy that works with you in the studio.
Yeah.
And you give it to him to give to me, right? Mm-hmm. And somebody say, did you get this from Act? I'm going to say, I didn't personally get it directly from Act, but it was supposed to come from Act. See, unless you put it in my hand, I'm never going to say I got it directly from you.
Okay.
Because once you got people in the middle, you don't know what a motherfucker do. So when I say I got it directly from the legal, at that point, then I'm going to stamp it. But it went through a brother's hands, and it went through a girlfriend or wife, whatever she may be, hands, right? So now I'm at a point, okay, hey, nigga, I need to talk to your legal. Watch this. I'm going to show you that as well.
And also to expedite it, because you know, when I was talking to T Grizzly, he brought up and he said he was down for even 1090 Jake to go investigate this shit as well. So
I mean, listen,
you think we should get Jake on the case?
I personally don't need 1090 to do nothing for me. Like 1090 don't need me to do nothing for him, right? And I think really, I'm gonna be real. 1090 is kind of like moving out of that space, right?
Okay, yeah.
He's moving out of that space. So you know, we talk on the back.
Well, I hope 1090 doesn't move out of that space because 1090 makes great content. And I think his hit percentage is pretty high. So 1090, you found a good niche for yourself or niche. I mean, but then again, I don't know the circumstances of him leaving the space. He might feel like it's more negative than positive for his own life. You know, if your whole career is based around exposing people, especially powerful people with money, maybe you feel like it's not worth it. Who knows? But anyway. I'm done with it, man. We said enough. I gave enough takes in between those 3 videos. I just don't know what else becomes of the whole T Grizzley is a rat based around the situation on the cell phone as per how Wack 100 is bringing it to the forefront. If there's something else, you know, that proves or some paperwork that hits the internet, we'll cover it. We'll talk about it. You know, it won't be because Wack is saying yes or no. It'll be because we want to look at it ourselves. But the way Wack goes about things, not just for T Grizzley, but for many people, when somebody shows you who they are, believe them. But when somebody tells you who they are, it all boils down to one thing: content. All right, take the man's word. Some other quick news to run through, people. Let's see what we got up here. All right. Damn, man, you don't get no chance to even breathe in there, huh? According to new legal docs obtained by TMZ, a judge just ordered Tory Lanez to sit for a deposition in a lawsuit Meg Thee Stallion filed against Milagro. Meg's team wants to question Tory about his relationship with Milagro, and the judge says Tory can plead the 5th if needed. I mean, my question behind something like this is, do we still look at Meg? Do people still generally look at Meg like you are dirty or you lied on Tory or you're a bad person? Is that still the vibe out there for her? When I hear Meg's name, you know what I think about lately? I don't know, the Klay Thompson shit, or like, I don't know. Is it that damaging to her or to people behind her or above her? You know what I'm saying? Or is this just old news and they're just still within the process of her suing Milagro? Is that what it's about? You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like this is the type of stuff that keeps you guys linked all together and stops people from moving on from it. Is Milagro that damaging? Because for me, I don't know Milagro or that girl past the trial. I never saw her before the trial, and I never seen her after the trial. And I don't know if she has anything out there that I know of for me to follow after the trial. I don't. Does she make music? Is she an actor? I don't know nothing about this girl. So something about this situation at this point, still to the point where you guys are going to go depose Tory Lanez while he's in jail. And they tried to argue against it, saying that would, I think, hurt or put him in a position where it's not just as per his appeal process or his fight towards the overall case and the verdict. But the judge ruled like, nah, this is not the same. This is totally different. Meg still got this whole lawsuit going on with Milagro, and a deposition is a deposition. I didn't even know you can be deposed while you're still in jail. I didn't even know that shit. But damn. So the guy loses 10 years of his life, of his freedom. He's in there. Remember, people, he was brutally attacked to the point where he had to be helicopter lifted to a hospital. He got stabbed how many times in his head and all that type. Remember, people? It was this year. He faced a life-threatening attack while he's in there. All of this shit. And now he's got to come down one day and get deposed for a lawsuit between Megan and Milagro. Damn. Is Meg? Y'all have to answer this in the chat and in the comments, because I don't have a position like that where I could really speak to how hot she is or how hot she was. I know that she's a big female name artist, of course, from an industry standpoint. But I was never the biggest Meg fan before the trial. I'm aware of some of her shit. I hear some of the hits that she put out. I respected her career. I respected the career that she created and her hitting the charts and all that. Beautiful woman. I saw that. Yeah, I saw her rise. Dope. Ain't no hater. But I'm not the guy that really talk about like now the vibe around her. She can't chart, or nobody even wants to click play on her music still because of Milagro's narratives or the Tory Lanez case. Is that still what's going on? Is that still the vibe for her? I don't know. Megan Thee Stallion's lawyer is going to pay Tory Lanez a visit in prison because a judge just ordered him to sit for a deposition lawsuit filed according to the new legal docs obtained by TMZ. Tory's attempt to dodge the deposition was denied. Megan is suing blogger Milagro. So she's claiming just to be a blogger still. Allegedly? Okay. Milagro Cooper for an alleged online campaign to spread misinformation about her in the wake of Tory's conviction in the case about shooting her. And Megan's lawyers want to grill Tory under oath. And here's my question, though, for Milagro. Didn't she get immunity? Maybe I'm about to answer my own question, because I was going to say, chick, you got immunity. What's the point of you running around the internet spewing narratives that might be false towards Meg Thee Stallion as per what she's saying, right? Well, if you're a blogger, this could be another Cardi B, Tasha K situation, right? Maybe it's that. Maybe Milagro, you out here blogging. You had your 15 minutes of fame included in this trial. This is what people know you for. So probably the biggest content is still talking about Meg and Tory, and Meg don't like what the fuck you're talking about. Maybe it's that. Maybe I could even see Meg's side of that, because I've never been to the girl's channel. I can't tell you what her blogging platform or anything looks like or sounds like. I can't. Tory is still serving a 10-year prison sentence over shooting Megan in the foot 2020, and his lawyers tried to argue that a deposition might be detrimental to his ongoing appeal of his criminal conviction, but the judge wasn't buying it. Megan's team wants to question Tory about his relationship with Milagro, and they've already alleged he's behind her campaign to discredit Megan. Well, why wouldn't he be? I'm not saying about, well, allegedly. Why wouldn't he be? I shouldn't say behind. I should say in favor of. Why wouldn't he be? But the judge says Tory can plead the Fifth Amendment at the deposition if he's so inclined. So if he can plead the Fifth, then what's the point of any of this shit? Then you have them wasting their time going to jail to depose him. Right? Megan's team wants to question Tory about his relationship with Milagro. Well, supposedly he was fucking her too, right? Allegedly, allegedly, right? So if you're Meg's side of it, do you use information like that to show that that might be the motive to her speaking against Meg online? Allegedly, I don't. It just seems like something y'all should, whether you're on the winning side or the losing side of it, it seems like y'all should want to move on from it. 2 previous attempts to have Lane sit for a deposition were unsuccessful, so it will be interesting to see if the third time is a charm. Here, in light of the court's order, Megan's lawsuit against Milagro is set to go to trial November 17th. Oh shit, that's in 2 weeks. But it's unclear when Tory will be grilled by Megan's attorney. A judge said the depot will be at a date agreed upon by all parties. Don't y'all want to try to get that deposition done before the trial starts? Interesting. And Milagro and Meg were once road dogs, right? All right, I'll leave it alone. Let's continue to follow up in the sports world for us boxing fans. We've talked about his situation as far as the civil suit that he caught for that girl that he allegedly ran up in the VIP lounge, yoked her up while she was working, dragged her through the kitchen, took her out in the alley and put hands on her. It's all alleged, of course, but that's in the suit, right? So if you Google Jake Paul and Tank, is the fight canceled? Google will tell you yes, right? And this is supposedly or allegedly a statement from the promoters, right? Shout out to Checks and Balances. Most valuable promotion. So if they are behind this, this would be their statement. Statement from Most Valuable Promotions. Most Valuable Promotions immediately initiated an investigation upon learning of the civil lawsuit filed against Gervonta Davis in Miami-Dade County on October 30th, 2025. At this time, we are gathering information and reviewing the details to ensure any decision we make is thoroughly vetted. We unequivocally condemn any form of violence and are committed to handling this matter with diligence and respect for all involved. We will make a determination of next steps once we have completed our review and consulted with the appropriate parties. Until then, we will not be commenting further. Well, going against Most Valuable Promotions here, if this is a real statement, I would say number one, you burn your relationship with Gervonta Davis, of course, because one way to play it is allegedly like this, which is making a public statement, especially if it involves domestic disputes. Some companies want to separate their brands from that and make it publicly known so that you can continue to support me. We don't rock with that. Okay. That could be one approach. Another approach could be fall back, be quiet, let it play out, and watch from the outside, knowing that you're invested in it and see how it goes. Similar to the NFL with the Jay-Z accusations and lawsuit, right? They answered it in the midst of a press conference, but they kept it short. And they played the sidelines like, we're aware of it, but we're just going to keep an eye on it and see what happens. And from the even contractual side, you got to look at it from Gervonta Tank Davis. You know, it's innocent until proven guilty, they say, right? Regardless of how many times he's been accused of this type of stuff, allegedly or not, it's still innocent until proven guilty. Now, if I have a contract with you, this doesn't involve you. You know, I understand you got a brand and public relations, all this type of stuff, but technically, this doesn't involve you. So you pull my $200 Jake Paul contract. What if I'm innocent over here? You know who I'm coming after? I'm coming after you. I want my fucking money, or I want some compensation. But these big companies, they be having stipulations and little clauses in their contracts that give them the ability to cancel contracts for all different types of. I used to have those in RBE, you know, and you leave them as open-ended as possible to give you the flexibility to be able to cancel your own contract. Like I've canceled like 1 or 2 battles in the tenor of RBE of me as an owner, and those battlers wouldn't have been able to sue me legally based on what they put their fucking signature to. Now, I know 99% of them don't read that shit, but that's why it's there. And then if you keep going, you see stuff like this going around, and he's not the only one. A possible replacement for Paul being Garcia. I've seen another article that said that they pitched to Mayweather. I seen that one, and some other big names as well. And I'm pretty sure the people behind Paul got the bag because Paul draws the bag. So they can probably, if Floyd Mayweather commit to it, yeah, you get that money together because you know it's coming back in sales. You know it is. How old is Mayweather right now? It don't fucking matter. That bread is coming back. He's just a draw. The biggest, maybe, right? He might literally be the biggest boxing draw of all time, Floyd Mayweather. So I think that if this is true, that the fight is canceled, Jake Paul is going to end up with a significant replacement. I could see that happening. And once again, Wack, this is how you try to be a little bit responsible, okay? Are you taking notes, Wack? I see this saying canceled, but I'm not sure. I'm just not sure. All right. And I'm trying to tell my following that. I'm not sure. Because once again, this is what I see if I Google it. I Googled Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis canceled. That's exactly what I typed in. The AI response gives me the Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis exhibition fight has been canceled, primarily due to the massive weight discrepancy and concerns over a new civil lawsuit filed against Gervonta Davis. That's two things. So the weight difference is one reason why we boxing fans had a fucking problem with the fight to begin with. How did they ever, was it ever legally licensed and sanctioned and everything? I don't know, right? I want to assume that all of that stuff is already put in place before you start promoting, right? You line up all this type of shit before you get in front of the fans and start selling tickets. But for Google's AI to tell me that part of the alleged cancellation is still tied to their differences in weight class, that's interesting. It says the Georgia Athletic and Entertainment Commission withdrew event permits, citing that the proposed weight difference of 64 pounds was unacceptable and that the event was a money grab. Money grab, we knew. We were still going to watch it. I was still going to watch it. It's entertainment. Why not? Fuck it. I paid for the last Mike fight and I'll pay for the next one too. Fuck it. I got the $50 for the entertainment. Let's do it. But interesting to see that getting said by Google's AI, that it may not even be related. What if that shit was fake? Now that I think about it, to cover up the cancellation. Let me not get conspiracy theory back. I'm just saying. I'm just thinking out loud. All right, let's move on. Super fast for those that didn't see it. I saw this going around social media everywhere. Seems to be like the first pictures of Diddy serving his time. There he is on the yard, all grayed up and smiling, looking like he's in decent spirits. Probably being good old charismatic Diddy, capable of lighting up a room, in this case, lighting up a yard. Probably got a whole bunch of people. You're still Diddy. You're still Diddy. People are attracted to his celebrity, his power. His money is still power in there too. Don't get it twisted. Somebody in there will fuck you over pretty bad behind Diddy. Probably got protectors and all types of shit. It's still Diddy. All right. But they got pictures of him, huh? Out on the yard. All right. Politicking, man. He with the members. Now let me stop. Let me stop. Let me not do that. Yo, what if Diddy came home a gangbanger, dog? As if he was like blooded in or some shit. He got jumped in or some shit. Like imagine. All right. Last but not least, before we get up out of here, let me pay some. My bad. Was that an acceptable joke? Was that acceptable? I ain't trying to violate nobody. All right. Last but not least, let me show some love to the homie Arsenal the Rebel, man. He texted me this track, and this goes.
Oh my God! Ain't this shot by E Film?
We're in Boston. We remember with that lobster roll on there. That's $3. No fat.
I swear, everything I love, I had a lobster roll last night. Might even do that again tonight. Who knows? Who knows? We'll see.
That's $50. That's $50, nigga.
Don't call my phone, ain't about no money, I ain't picking up. You need some paper to go to war, y'all boys ain't rich enough. My niggas crip as fuck. We load them switches up. Tupac, we hit them up. We got the load of where you high right from that bitch you fuck. Man, I can walk down on you any fucking time, any place, nigga. We got the load of where you high right from that bitch you fuck. We're out here trusting these bitches, man. You don't understand. It's anytime. We got the loader where you high right from that bitch you fuck. Steppers. Everybody steppers. Hit you in your chest, nigga. We don't play no check. We only shooting stars, homie. We don't need no extras. We been around that block a while. I grew up playing Tetris. The Glock hold 30. Spent 20 on the necklace. Had to do him dirty. The dummy disrespected, hit the nigga close range. I got to scratch it off the checklist. My young niggas reckless, ain't scared to scratch the toast and feed you breakfast. You know it's real when that cereal missing. Now you really a victim. You better hope and pray that Siri is listening. How I'm your op, I'm all that you play through your stereo system. Huh? I'm your op, nigga. You love my style. Them 223s, they hit your car door, you gon' spin out. I see you bleeding, but still breathing. We gon' get out. I walk you down, I tell you chest up, put your chin out. And now it's money on your head, I put the hit out. Don't call my phone, ain't about no money, I ain't picking up. You need some paper to go to war, y'all boys ain't rich enough. My niggas crip as fuck. We load them switches up. Tupac, we hit them up. We got the loader where you high right from that bitch you fuck. I walk down on you little pussy ass boy. We got the loader where you high right from that bitch you fuck. Trusting these little dirty ass hood rats out here, you know why? We got the loader where you high right from that bitch you fuck.
I sent the killer, he skied up like he ain't Afghanistan. Had to crop him out the pic like I'm the cameraman. You ain't getting justice if they hit you and you take the stand. We caught your brother talking slick, you should've never ran. I wanna see a Fiona. Ducking and dodging the game, we up to score, can't come back. Brody be feeding the dump that, and he had to back you down. You like the box and play in the ring, I came with a 30 round. Suppress on the grip, it won't even make a sound. All you hear is fop, 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 everybody hit the ground. Nigga. I'll go drill my dolly, I do not need me a Cody. Boys start running out back out the rollie, then we speed off in the slowly. Oh, we jacking the guys, I ain't no dummy, I'm known as phony. He a back door if I let him get on me, I send a blitz, Tony. So fuck, we all run down, get gunned down. Roll it.
Don't call my phone, ain't about no money, I ain't picking up. You need some paper to go to war, y'all boys ain't rich enough. My niggas crip as fuck. We load them switches up. Tupac, we hit them up. We got the loader where you high right from that bitch you fuck. I walk down the block, pussy ass. Hey, we got the loader where you high right from that bitch you fuck. Nothing like that. We got the loader where you high right from that bitch you fuck.
Tough. Why does Shorty violate the video like that? Like, don't you see we shooting out here? Like, get your ass the fuck. Nah, Arsenal has always had some dope music. As far as the guy that was featured on it, you know, that voice, you know, kind of took me in that Pop Smoke direction for a second. He definitely sounded a little bit more New York drillish. But Arsenal, you know, he super shines on that track to me. That beat, sinister. What he did with the track, even a play from a creativity standpoint, I even pay attention to when people like put pauses in their bars, and you know how they insert certain ad libs. Like, it's very easy to get in the studio and just double your shit. But even certain ad libs that really just bring out the vibe and the character of what's happening in that beat, it's just, I like the production value of the track as well. The video is dope. Arsenal's been putting some good visuals to his music lately. So shout out to Ars, man. Shout out to Ars. Keep it coming, man. Keep it coming. I love the music. All right. Jay, we saw you earlier. As someone has been remaining quiet. So yeah, I mean, I ain't wishing nothing on nobody, but Wack he's so he violates so many people, you know. To be honest and to just say it bluntly, man, he got to stay out the way. You know, he violates a lot of people, and some people are some serious people that he violates. But that's his thing. You know, who am I to the exposers, right? So do what you do. Nikita's in the building. She said, hit that like and share, please, y'all, and happy Sunday and all that, of course. Shane G is here. He says that's not a T Grizzly. That shooter. Yeah, so the guy shooter is the one that's on the phone at times during this whole thing that's been going on. He's in jail right now serving time for something separate of to be continued. Sassy's been a member for 7 months, so appreciate being a part of One of the best. Yes. Shout out to the whole Green Gang. Join the members over here. It's a secret society. All we ask is trust. Sassy 7 months in. You deep. You deep, love. Shout out to you. You deep. And she done gifted a membership to y'all at 3:36 about an hour ago. So hope somebody caught that. As a matter of fact, she did 2. She doubled up on y'all. As a matter of fact, she did 3. I thought she was in a Harlem bag for a second, but she did 3. 3's company type shit. I could say 1, then I could say 2 is doubling up, and I said 3 is company. If you would have had 4, I would have ran out of bars. Thank you, Sassy. We appreciate you, of course. Hope that 3 folks caught that. Speaking of members, Charlie Clips versus Shuni went down last night. The footage is being uploaded to me as we speak. Okay. Once I get the footage, I'll probably put a small edit to it. And it's going to exclusively drop to the members for maybe like a week. I might leave it to the members just for like 2 weeks. Not no 1-2 days. I might leave it for a week or 2. You know what I'm saying? I might. So members, I got an exclusive on the way to y'all. Shout out to the whole bread movement. Shout out to Winged over there doing her thing. Jay says, is that a dare? Who am I at? I forget what this was about. Who was we at? Oh, was this when I was like at Wack 100 to this live? Yeah, go ahead. Remember, anytime any clips come from the podcast people, please add anybody that's being discussed. It doesn't have to be controversy. It's not like, oh, ARP is getting at you. I don't want to be that guy, you know. But let people see our opinions and our takes. All right, because I think we got some very, very good and strong takes over here. I see some of our takes go all over the place, and there's nothing new under the sun. When I see it, I don't be like, oh, you too. I'll be proud of it. I'm like, that's dope, because you got a lot of quiet watches. Like even people with platforms that are bigger than you, they're like, shit, he's there daily. I could check his channel out right now just to see what's popping news-wise. And then I could put my own Twitter, and I'll do that with other channels. So I might tune in somebody's channel and say, all right, what's the news today? What's going on? Same way I might go up to TMZ or whatever. You can't be too cool to do that. The news is the news. It's got to get to you one way or another. But best believe my takes are my takes, right? I don't talk like nobody. It's all unique. It's all live, and it's unscripted. So when we at people to our clips, let them see that that little podcast corner over there and that little chat over there, they got some wild opinions, you know, and you might want to listen to them, sir, every once in a while. You know, there's some smart people in this chat. Once again, shout out to Surf. I thought I saw something that he had something else going on related to his Detroit situation that may further push out. You just never know. The internet be right, the internet be wrong. Like you just never know. But shout out to him regardless. Shout out to Surf. And Melly came in just now, 1 minute ago, gifting before we get out of here. All right. So let me make sure I hang around for a minute or two to make sure somebody catches that last gift. Thank you, Melly. One of our lovely and beautiful members and mods. Thank you, Melly. Doesn't Melly have a beautiful default picture, people? You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, slide in them DMs, y'all, and thank her for the membership as well. For all I know, she's married. Like, ARP, don't do that. Like, I'm sorry. I don't know. Is Josh in Mahomes today? Is it? And am I missing it? Because I gotta get in the gym after this. Hold on. That's not the one to miss. That's not the one to miss. Before I came and cut the stream on, I was watching Mr. Penix versus Mr. Drake May. And I saw Drake May, they forced a fumble on him during a sack, and then Penix was able to turn that into 6 right before the halftime. And then I came and cut the stream on. So I was watching that game. But NFL schedule today. If Mahomes and Josh, that's like, you could argue that that's the top 2. Right? If Mahomes and Josh is facing off today, that's a must watch, B. I thought I saw that on the schedule. I thought I did. The 27th was the Chiefs and Commanders. This is week 9, yeah. Right? This ain't week 9. It is week 9. Oh, the Patriots ended up beating so Penix took that L just now about 1 point. Ooh. Oh shit, the Colts lost. They've been looked at like they them niggas lately. The Colts just took an L to the Steelers. Okay. Texans and Mr. Bo Nix over there. The Broncos won that. And the Bengals and the Bears got a high scoring game, 41-42. And that's not even done yet. That's still fourth quarter. Oh shit, 1 point. And the Bears got the rock. 43 seconds left. Shit. Yeah, Chiefs and Bills is first quarter right now. No, second quarter. No, first quarter. First quarter. Okay. Josh got the rock. Yeah, Patrick Mahomes versus Josh Allen, man. I'm gonna play it while I'm working out. Fuck it, because that's like you can't miss that. Damn, somebody said my Packers lost. Sorry, man. Sorry. What is this? Keep a comment up, ARP. Which one? Millie's? This one? Or listen, man, don't be lusting over my mods and members, B. Nah, I ain't no hater, man. Listen. Oh, there we go. Look, Melly. Did I draw too much attention to? I'm sorry if I did. And I'll be peeping when some of y'all be changing y'all default pictures. Like Jay got a dope one right now too. Very, very pretty picture, and she's blued out. She's blued out. She's blue roomed. All right, Melly says LOL, so maybe that means she's either laughing it off, like, or she's not actually in trouble. So y'all do y'all thing. Let me get the fuck up out of here before I get somebody in trouble. Enjoy the rest of y'all Sunday. I'll see y'all tomorrow afternoon. We'll be back.
Don't confuse silence with work ethic. I'm a boss making decisions, my first fetish. The verse cherished is perfect, that's a reverse blemish. I dropped it, connected the block, learn Tetris.
This is the Sorry Street Podcast. Welcome to the house up. And shout out to the members.